Hello, everyone. Barry here with Barry Fast Cars. I want to fix the Monaco Grand Prix, and I know how. There is one option only, to fix the Monaco Grand Prix weekend, to avoid the kerfuffle of this past weekend with a certain cheating Charlie, which I have nothing against Charlie for cheating, but it's not like this isn't the first time. So let's get into it real quick. I only got 5 minutes. So, long story short, we're going to make, from here on out, the Formula One Monaco Grand Prix is a wet race. Okay? Wet race. On purpose, rain or shine, it is a wet race. The track will be wetted prior to the Grand Prix on Sunday. And I mean drenched. I mean a wet track. And it not consistently wetted, it will be a drying track to promote strategy calls. The transition from wet tire to intermediate, maybe to dry. I mean, look what Lewis did in Turkey last year with intermediate tires on essentially a dry track. We know the tires can do it. I'm just going through some Google image photos of wet Monaco Grand Prix races here. It's a lot of fun. It's a necessity to make the Monaco Grand Prix a wet race. It's so glamorous, if you think about it. Excuse me, sorry. Think of any glorious film. On a sunny day, all the streets are wetted. You know, it gives that sheen, that shine. The cars would be immaculate on the starting grid. They would get filthy, which is a fun juxtaposition at Monaco. The glitz and glamour of Monaco, all this spray being thrown in the air. You imagine on a spring day in Monaco, the sun is shining, but the track is drenched for the Grand Prix. The spray is being thrown in the air. Of course, like I said, the track would be drying, but you have all these rainbows in the air. It would just look epic, and it would be very difficult. And the point is, obviously, it would slow the cars down, which is the main issue. Look at is this Alain Prost? Oh man, in the McLaren, how cool. This might actually be a pretty good picture. Oh, it's on the F1 website, meaning it won't be a good picture. So yeah, now that being said, qualifying is in the dry. We have a dry qualifying session on Saturday, so you still get the epicness of the speed, the cars going around at full tilt on a Saturday. So quick synopsis: Thursday practice 1, dry, so you can dial in to an extent the dry setup. Track is wetted prior to practice 2, so the team's first time in history, unless they knew the forecast, that they get the opportunity to dial in a wet setup, a wet/drying setup, because again, the track will just be wetted once prior to a session, whether it's the practice or the Grand Prix on Sunday. And practice 3 would be dry, so they get more opportunity to set up to dial in their dry setup for qualifying. And then qualifying categorically cannot be, from here on out, knockout qualifying at Monaco specifically. This is where IndyCar has got it right. Because the track is so short, and for whatever reason, there really should be no time constraint for qualifying, really, and it wouldn't take much longer. Each driver at a time. So we can't get the bullshit that Charlie pulled, or Nico pulled in 2016, or Schumi pulled in 06, where they know they're on pole, so they block the guy behind him from being able to get pole. You come at me with not agreeing that Charlie cheated. I don't mind. I think he's exploiting the rules as the stupid FIA have it. It's their fault. It's not friggin' Charlie's fault for exploiting the opportunity to get on pole. Unfortunately, it backfired on him. So we have essentially at this point fixed the Monaco Grand Prix. You still get the epic qualifying session on Saturday, and on Sunday you get a wet, drying track that you have multiple opportunities. I mean, look at Lewis Hamilton. What was it, 08, when he crashed and still won the race because it was a wet track, and he was able to get into the pits. He didn't crash too hard, obviously. And epic things happen in Monaco when it's wet, and it just works with the glitz and glamour. The track being wet, it's almost like a film.